everybody, and welcome to Eternal Mooncast, a streaming show all about Sailor Moon fan theories. We cover everything from the prominent to the obscure in the Mooniverse. We're your co-hosts, Michi and
Selene. But first, a quick Moonie disclaimer. We would like to remind everyone that these are just our personal opinions. We do not in any way represent Toei or the Sailor Moon intellectual property. And tonight, we are delving into the Sailor Moon, the Super Live, with our special guest, Lex, the last Black Moon.
Hi!
thank you for joining us again.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to gush.
Yes, we're going to be talking all things Sailor Moon, the Super Live North American tour. So we were all excited when they announced that the North American tour got
because they announced the UK one, and all of us were like, I'm sorry, what? What do you mean the UK is getting a tour?
Literally.
Are we getting one? And then what was it? I think a month later we got the announcement and we were like, damn, we're getting one.
Yep. And not only did we get one, we got a big one.
We did.
Now, I wanted to go over, I have to pull it up, but the trailer was super hype about the North American tour.
Oh, and they were doing so many TikToks too. It was really cute. Every city, the girls were doing TikToks, especially in New York.
Aww.
They did TikToks in the UK too. They got to see the guard, the horse that everybody goes.
All right. So this was the initial one I saw.
Justice, intelligence, passion, courage, and love.
Yes.
So good.
I just hear internal screaming from Selene.
I will not scream into the mic. No. That was me. And then I was lucky because Comfy got me the tickets as my Valentine's gift. That was my surprise. And we got VIP tickets.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I think actually we were there at the same time, just so you know. Were you at the Saturday, 7 p.m.?
No. So I was in Jersey for the weekend before New York. And then I went to a press preview in New York City.
Which is so cool.
So I got two distinctly different experiences, but I did do VIP in Jersey. So
because that was what, the Newark?
Yeah, Newark and J-Pack.
Yeah, so let's talk about it because there was a lot of Moonie coverage leading up to it. Like I saw, especially like starting out from like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which by the way, shout out Pittsburgh, yay, we love Pittsburgh. But it was one of those like interesting how all the Moonies really came together to really try to give tips and tricks for those going.
Yeah, the Reddit forums were really active, and I was spending a lot of time like as people were like, I went to this show last weekend, it was so good, and people were like, what should we do about the merch lines? What if I got VIP? And people were really vocal about their experiences, and that helped me a lot when I went.
That's awesome. No, yeah, because I was watching like the Ochi Wolf and the Sailor Moon Fan Network did fantastic coverage of it. Like those websites were beautiful chefs. And then like I know Sailor Snubs did a wonderful video all on like tips and tricks and stuff. So just wanted to shout out a few and Sailor Tortilla actually went to the UK and saw it. So there was so much good Moonie coverage. I just wanted to shout out a few of them.
Yeah.
So it was originally 18 cities, but it got up to 21.
California was big mad that there wasn't a stop there. I remember like everyone went insane. They're like, what about the West Coast? And then they eventually added those cities.
I know, and I'm still down here in the Southeast, big sad, because we got completely left out. But what can you do when the United States is huge? So I respect that they had to make choices. They played live from March 12th through April 26th, 2025. And You know what? And I agree with Ninja Master 551. Genuinely amazing that Sailor Moon show got this big of a tour over here.
And they were sold out. By the time the show would start, the tickets were sold out.
Really?
Yep. I actually, for my show, I was in the last show. So I was at the 7 p.m., the 26th show. And it was completely full.
Oh,
And
really?
it was phenomenal. There was people dressed up. I'm sure, because I saw you dressed up for one of yours. I
Yes.
saw your picture.
Yes, indeed I did.
So one of the best tips, though, that people put out there was you need to be there over an hour and a half before. So line up 2 hours prior, because VIP did not get in first.
Oh?
There was not a separate line for VIP.
Oh.
And what was crazy is they also didn't separate VIP when we were going to the merch line either.
Yes. And that was a big misconception online too, because VIPs were given their like special, like a badge and a poster as like part of the VIP package. But the way they made it sound is like VIP was going to have its own merchandise booth, that GA would have their merchandise booth and VIP would have a separate kind of shorter line or like guaranteed merchandise booth. And then when I was reading online that it was no, like VIPs, don't bother picking up your poster and your badge right away, just go straight for the merch line. I was like, wait, what?
We were with friends. I actually got to meet another magical girl VTuber who I am friends with. Her name is Deja Vu D, and she was there with her
Wait, let me go
fiance.
follow.
Yeah, like deja vu, like having deja vu. And then D, it's DEA. So Deja Vu D. She is, her animal is a bunny. She's
so
fantastic. She's
cute.
phenomenal. She's just as adorable in person. And they didn't have VIP, so they actually stood in the merch line while Comfy and I got our VIP badges. And it was really nice because the poster that VIP gets is different from the poster they were selling.
I'm gonna be so real. I have not even looked at mine.
I have pictures.
I'm not kidding you, because like my past 3 weeks has been insane. And like my living situation, I don't really have a place to display anything at the moment. So I was like, I can't even look at this poster because I'm going to want to put it up and I can't. So I just put it with all of my other sacred Sailor Moon treasures and I haven't looked at it yet. So
It
I
is
didn't even know
different.
it was different.
It is different because the ones that they were selling is the backlit scouts. This is their actual images. This isn't like the backlit that's on the t-shirt.
Oh.
And you'll see it when I share the pictures. But it was very interesting. Apparently, one of the cool things is apparently Naoko was at the New York shows.
Yeah. I heard.
And she was spotted at the Thursday one, right? I saw the TikTok for it. I don't know if she was at my showing because that was the last showing, and I would feel like she would be at the last showing because there's people in the video that I saw on TikTok. I saw those people that were with her entourage as we were leaving to go do the high fives for the VIPs. So I think she was at my show, so I think I was in the same room as
So
Naoko.
I didn't have it, like, I'm pretty sure that we ran into her in Times Square when the scouts were doing their promotional photos.
Really?
Yeah.
She's just so low key. She dresses so normal.
Exactly.
Unless you know exactly what Naoko looks like, you're gonna mix her up with two of the women in her crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tell us about your experience. So what was it like that you got to see her, or?
So basically, after the press preview that I went to, I was already in cosplay with Kawaii Kiwi Cosplay as Neptune, and we were already in cosplay. We're like, let's go to Times Square. Let's get the like Times Square photos as the Senshi. So we go to Times Square, we're diddling around, and then all of a sudden, all the Senshi show up.
Oh my
And we're
God.
like, are you kidding me? Like, we didn't even know they had this planned, that they were going to go do their promo photos for New York City on the red steps of Times Square, which we already were. So we're there and we're just fangirling out while they're taking the pictures. And we see across, so if you look up the steps, the scouts are at the top, we're on the right, and we see her across the way on the left. And it was one of those things where she was with them doing the promo stuff. And then when the scouts disbanded, the scouts went this way, and she just disappeared into the crowd like a ghost. It was crazy.
It's like the rare
Literally,
Naoko
that's what she
sightings.
does. Like,
Yeah.
even in the TikTok video, she just, "Ooh,"
Like Danny
and gone.
Phantom.
and she's gone. But
It's like,
that's the
did you
thing. People didn't even know she was in the States until she showed up in a photo backstage in, I forget which show it was. Was it I think it was the Los Angeles show.
Was it? I thought it was Chicago.
I think
it
I
was
think she showed up in both, and people were like, "Is she fucking in the States?" So we think
Did I breathe the same air as her? Like,
I got to breathe the same air as her. I
yes,
know I did because she
yes.
was there Thursday, and that's because that's where the video was from. I like looked through the TikTok and I was because they answered and they were like, "This is from Thursday's show." And like I said, the people that were with her, as I was walking towards the meet and greet, I saw those same freaking people. I was like, "Why are?" Because it was very distinctly a group of older Asian people.
Yeah.
But the way they were standing, I was like, and the way they were holding, and then I looked at them a little bit more, and then it clicked in my head. I was like, wait, those are the people from the video. And I was like, is Mama Naoko here?
Mama, no.
Is she? There's no way she did not go to the last show.
Are you there, God?
Are you there?
God, is that you? God? Is that you?
The drama.
I know. There's no way she wasn't there for the last show.
Yeah, no,
There's
she
no
was
freaking
there,
way.
for sure.
She was there. She, like I said, she actually sat with the crowd. Like, you wouldn't have
Yeah,
known.
which was surprising because they're at the Palladium Theater. There's like that
Mhm.
upper side area that's sequestered away. And I thought that's where she would be if she was going to be there. I didn't see her at the press preview, but I figured if she was going to attend the show, it would be like up in that little protected area.
Yeah, no, she's always a rare sighting.
She was actually in the Thursday show. Apparently, she was like lower atrium. She wasn't like the top atrium. She was that before you go downstairs into
Yeah,
the
like at
VIP area.
stage level.
She was at stage level. That's where she was sitting. And
Yeah.
like when people saw her at other shows, she was just in the crowd. She was
Yeah.
just sitting in seats. And that's the way she does it because she doesn't want to be seen. She
Yeah.
doesn't. She's a very private person, but I think she went to almost all the shows. She loves the musicals. She
I'm
fucking adores
so
them.
happy to hear that because I know there was when Sailor Moon was being made, she struggled to have creative control over it, and I'm so happy that she is happy with the musicals and everything they're doing with it.
Yeah, and then that's a good segue. Why don't we get into the plot of the show? Because
Excellent.
I want to hear all about this because unfortunately I did not get to go to the shows. I'm down in the southeast and I had just gone to MagFest and my wallet said no. So I'm living vicariously tonight through everybody.
It's literally season 1.
Okay.
It's season 1, more manga based, but it's very sped up. It's the abridged version of season 1.
So it's season 1, but also it gives the vibes that from the start, like there's no Senshi discovering their powers. It's just insinuated that time has passed and they're already Senshi.
You have one moment with Mars and Mercury before their Senshi,
Yes.
and it's the jewelry store.
Yes.
And it's
Mm.
before
And they're
their
just
scouts.
like, none of my business.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna walk away. This is suspicious. This is weird. But that's the only moment you see them beforehand.
Yeah.
And then you run into the 4 scouts. It's very much speed ran.
There is, and we're doing spoilers, obviously, right? This is
Yeah.
So what I was really excited about is Sailor V made an appearance.
Yes.
Really?
She was Sailor V.
Yeah. So Sailor V was there And then it was insinuated that the scouts slowly got their powers. And then I don't know how long it took for Venus to actually show up, but Venus finally showed up and everyone's Venus.
Oh my god, I would have been fangirling in my seat. Sailor V is someone who is just near and dear to my heart.
Sorry, I just noticed Gabby Kun's comment. The song Burn Up the Dance Floor, we're going to talk about that, okay?
We will.
It was, I went feral for it. Like, when we get to the songs, I'm going to go nuts. We're still on plot, though.
I was already gay.
Dude, oh my god.
That was served on that stage just
I was
reaffirmed how gay I am.
gagging in the audience. I was like, there's a picture of me, and I'm pretty sure I can't remember what it's in reaction to, but it's one of the greatest reaction photos ever. I need to pull it up really quick. It's just me, like, literally fainting in my chair in reaction to what I'm seeing and hearing.
Dang, I missed out on a good time.
All right, here we are.
Beryl served that entire show. It was so good.
Ready for this?
Yeah. Oh my god.
And we're just like losing our minds.
I love that so much.
It was so good.
Okay, so it's the start of season 1, but Tuxedo Mask, it's manga, so we love him.
Yes.
Yes, not an asshole. He's
I
manga.
will say, so you mentioned before Sailor Moon Fan Network.
Yeah.
They did a review on the Super Live in the UK, and it's effectively the same exact plot that they describe in, was it the UK or was it? Yes, it's a London one. Yeah, I can send you a link if you'd like.
Yeah, Natalie.
And the plot is pretty much verbatim, like, to what they did. So pretty much the plot that's described there is exactly the plot that we see, minus, I guess, if the musical movements were different, but I don't think they were. I think the music is exactly the same.
I would think it was the same. There's no way the girls learned 2 different shows.
Yeah, no, it's the same music. I'm just scrolling through it right now. Oh, so good. Sorry, I'll calm down.
No, I'm with you. I'm looking through it too, like fangirling. This looks so cool. A little blurb about it. Let me share the screen so that I can plug.
Oh yeah, it's worth noting that for the first, like, what is it? Like the first, like 2/3 of the show, it
Yeah.
was the play, like the musical. And then for the last third of the show, it went into the concert mode, which I think
Yeah.
is the standard format because the other musical I went to in Japan was pretty much the exact same thing, where the bigger portion of it was the musical, and then at the end there was like a concert portion where you just rock out to music.
It's songs from Sailor Moon.
Oh, that actually
'Cause
sounds
they-
really fun.
Yeah, because they did La Soldier and they did another song.
So good.
Beryl had a song. They all had solos.
It was first there was just a music only performance where like the background cast, the supporting dancers came out and they danced. Then, and I'm just reading off of what is written on Sailor Moon Fan Network. La Soldier was performed, Tuxedo Mask performed an original song. Same with the 5 Inner Guardians. They came out and did Twinkle. The background dancers came out again to do a traditional Japanese style performance, which I believe is called Yosakoi. My students would perform that at school. I love Yosakoi. It's great. Then they do Kira Kira Tokyo, the 5 Inner Guardians. Queen Beryl comes back out with Burn Up the Dance Floor, which is so good. And then they finish up with Starry Heavens and then Moonlight Densetsu.
That's really cool.
So good.
So it's like a whole impact one.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite part? Let me hear.
What wasn't my favorite part is the shorter answer.
That's the hard part.
The music was just so good.
I was really impressed with the fresher take that the songs had. They had like a bumpy, clubby, like dance vibe, like hip hoppy or R&B style, like the We Are Sailor Guardians.
Yeah.
It was really refreshing to hear that kind of sound from a Sailor Moon musical.
It was very upbeat. It was very like club, like you danced in your seat kind of thing. Like it had a beat, had a rhythm.
The bass was like thick. It was good. I really liked the stage effects that they had. I was really impressed with, because it's like a moving show, they could only
Yeah.
do so much with the stage, but they maximized it with the lights that they put up, like the neon lights, and they had light up poi
Oh,
that would
yeah.
be like the symbol of the senshi as they
Mhm.
spun it. It was like
Or their
crazy.
power. It would do their
Cool.
power, or it would do the symbol.
Yes.
Oh,
So, like, Mercury had bubbles, Jupiter had lightning, Venus loved me chain, and then you had
Yeah.
fire for Mars. And, like, sparkles for Moon.
So I was really impressed with how they used that to deal with any stage that they ended up performing on.
that's so cool. I've never even heard of doing something like
Oh,
that.
the poi were so freaking cool. The effects they
Yeah.
used for that. Because they used it also for, was it Metalia? It was one of the attacks, because you have it's the backstage villains using them. Remember, they start drilling them as the
yes.
powers. Yeah.
When they were in, this one is the Dark Kingdom. When they're
Yeah.
in Dark Kingdom, yeah.
And
Oh
they were
yeah.
twirling them.
How were the 4 heavenly kings?
They weren't there.
They weren't there?
No, it's only
Yeah.
Beryl.
Oh, so Beryl actually works this one.
Yeah.
And that was one of the main differences, because I do want to compare and contrast it to the musical that I saw in Japan.
Yeah.
One of the biggest differences was the fact that the 4 kings, is that how it's?
Is
Yeah.
Shintengo or the 4 heavenly kings?
Shitenno.
Yeah.
They're not there in this American one.
What a sad moment, because I've heard Tuxedo Mask is like the highlight.
Yes, he is.
No, especially from the comment section. I know we're gonna hear all about Tuxedo Mask, so
The burn up the dance floor, like dance that he did, a
yeah.
lot more than the dance floor was burning up, if
Yeah.
you mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it's when he's hypnotized by Beryl and they're dancing together. And let me tell you, he slides his hand down her
Like,
cleavage.
literally
Yes!
like that.
And then
What?
grabs her freaking thigh and caresses. And I was like, sir, this is a Wendy's.
I have a picture of it. So
I was like, you need to
at
calm
the
down.
press preview that I went to, we were allowed to take photos and videos. Full
Oh my
disclosure.
god.
And the still image that I have of Tuxedo Mask, like doing what he did.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need to see if I can find it. It was
You were like, sir, this is a
I could
PG
not believe
studio.
it.
You are hitting PG-13 with what you just did.
Literally. They're like, how far can we take it? Oh man, I literally cannot find it
very
right now.
sexy,
I'll keep
saucy.
scrolling through. We'll keep chatting, and when I find
Okay.
it, I'll show it off.
Yeah, it was. Didn't think we'd get a little steamy in here tonight. Oh yeah.
Oh, it was steamy.
I had to
Ew.
fan myself. I was like, sir, please.
And then
I'm a
not
married
even that,
spud.
the
Hello?
swinging of the hips, that like,
Oh my
ugh,
god.
So good.
Because they gave Beryl, like, it was fucking jazz.
Ooh.
Like,
okay,
that's
here
what
we
the
go.
whole theme was.
It was cabaret.
Like cabaret jazz.
What?
Yeah.
Go.
Look at that hand drag from the
Yeah, hang
titties.
on. We need to make it
Drag,
bigger.
yeah,
Down,
it
look at
dragged
that.
from the titties.
What? Oh my
I need to see if
goodness.
I can pull up the video clip that I have, because oh my god.
Yeah.
Again, at the
I was
press
shocked.
preview, recording was permitted, so
Yeah. So we're allowed to have these. Oh,
yes.
Selene.
Oh. Yeah. Definitely was us in the crowd, because we were all like, oh. Okay.
Yeah,
That
like,
just happened.
he went from useless to excuse me, sir.
Sir, please.
Okay, so this, I'll try to zoom it in so you can really get a good look here. I have the sound off too.
Oh, there it goes.
Are you kidding me? Are you
What?
kidding me?
In our musical?
Oh my god. And then the dance that he does up in the front. Wait for it. Wait for the swing of those hips. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, because I'm zoomed in, you can't see it. I need to zoom back out. Hold on. We need to go in for another go. You got to see the full hip swing.
Oh, we gotta.
Wait for it. Yeah. I need to turn my
I'm
fan on
warm.
right now. Like,
I'm
Jesus.
warm. I'm so warm. I'm so
Also,
warm right now.
also hello, Andy2150 from Germany. Thank you for joining in.
You've come in at quite the time.
Oh
Yeah, I
my.
was gonna say it is definitely
dear.
hot. Selene,
What?
your hard eyes.
I was
I actually
flustered.
think that happened during the show when Usagi was like laying eyes on Tuxedo Mask for the first time, and I think the screen on the back did the heart eyes like emoji or something.
The back screen was really funny. It would do some funny things.
Tell me about the
Yes.
back screen. What was the purpose?
Subtitles.
Oh.
I already talked. I had a discussion with Michi about this. I have a bone to pick with those subtitles. Now, first of all, I speak Japanese, so I didn't need the subtitles, but I could tell if they were accurate or not. And for the most part, they were, which was really great. And that made me very happy. But what really bothered me was how difficult they were to read. And if I was reliant on those subtitles, like they did such a cute job making it stylistic. And for a couple parts, it worked. But like for the songs and stuff, the text would flash by really quick and one or two words at a time. So you couldn't get the whole sentence of what they were singing, read it real quick, and turn your attention back to the performance. It's like your attention was split between, okay, do I want to understand what they're saying or do I want to just enjoy the live performance in front of me? And that really bothered me.
That makes
That was
sense.
my biggest critique. And the fact that they started off with Comic Sans. I shit you not.
Really?
Sure did. Sure
Thank
did.
you. That somebody can confirm. It was Comic Sans, and then there were like two other fonts that they used, which like the graphic design in me is, are you kidding me? You got to pick one.
It was pretty fast for them. Thankfully, I understand basic phrases. So I was able to, I knew when something was wrong, like they would say something and I'd look at the thing and I'd be like, that's not
Yeah.
the right translation.
Yeah, and
But
there were a
okay.
couple times where the text didn't line up properly, which wasn't the biggest issue because again, as long as you get the gist of things, it doesn't matter if the translation appears at the same time that like that specific sentence was said, but like the songs especially were just egregious. Were like, and I have recordings of it where I was looking back at it and I was like, this is actually impossible to read.
Oh man.
Between the foreground of the dancers in the front. Yo, yeah, the subtitles text was giving middle school PowerPoint presentation where you learn to incorporate fade in, fade out. It's like somebody doing their first CapCut edit and it's everything's flying everywhere and you're just like, wait, I want to read it.
But also just where it was located.
Yes.
For the subtitles it wasn't accessible the way they put it. So I was able to read it, but I also read fast. But for people who cannot read fast, or if they had any kind of sight impediment, I hope they just enjoyed the show because there was no way they were reading those.
Yeah. It was like if they had put in like a black bar at the top with like plain text that had the full sentence and then also did their little music video thing, I think that would have been amazing because then everybody could read it. Just wasn't that option and I felt really bad.
Yeah. Because also the actors would stand in front of it.
Yes, yes.
Because
no.
it was behind their stage stuff. So like the actors would get in front of it also because that's where they're supposed to be. So it was really interesting. I was just like,
yeah, so like the stage, which I'm sure people have seen pictures, but just to paint a picture as well, there's like the flat stage, and then there's a staircase on either side and a staircase in the middle. So there's like a raised up platform. And when you stand on the raised up platform, you're just right in front of the screen. So if there's more than one or two people up there, you just give up on reading the screen. Like
it was really cool when like they were doing powers and stuff because that's what the screen was for. It was meant to show that kind of stuff. But for reading subtitles, no.
There were a couple moments when I think when like Moon had the moon stick or something, and she would raise it above her head while standing in front of that screen, and all light would be radiating out from her. They
Mhm.
used the screen for a wonderful like special effect, but again, like just put a bar at the top. We don't need to change it.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
What else about the show really stood out to you? Either of you?
Honestly, the talent on stage.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I
Usagi,
was
like chef's kiss, sounded like her, sounded like the voice actress when she was speaking. And
mm,
her mannerisms, pure Usagi. She stayed in character at all freaking times. She did not break character. None of the girls did. Even at the meet and greet.
yes, Venus was like so cute at the meet and greet.
Mhm.
The energy
Aw.
she had was amazing. But vocally,
My God, yes.
all the girls were so incredibly professional and talented. And I think it was like head and shoulders above the other performance that I saw. It was just amazing. It was
And Beryl, the
oh,
pipes that woman had,
Yeah.
sensational. She hit some notes and just like variations in her voice that you
the
just
vibrato.
the vibrato, your jaw dropped. There's a reason there was screaming for Beryl.
Yes.
Like she got some of the
And
highest freaking applause.
her facial expressions too,
Oh
where
my
she would
God.
have like her eyes go wide and like she just had this stage presence. It was amazing.
When I say she served it the
Yeah.
entire time. The moment she walked on stage. Also her little slit that had the dress had, I was
Ah,
like, "Oh."
there wasn't a single crumb.
Yeah, none. 8, no crumbs left. It ugh. Ugh.
I want to cosplay Beryl just after watching her performance because I'm like, how can I need that energy in my life.
Mhm.
Yes. Was it like PGSM level Beryl?
I can't speak on that.
Oh, sorry, Selene, you would.
It was okay, so with same level, but better hair for
Okay,
the
well,
stage
hold
was
on.
sensational.
We need to talk about hair because there was a small blooper that happened at my showing in New Jersey,
Oh, no.
where during the burn up the dance floor, where like the initial conversation is happening between Beryl and Tuxedo Mask, they get very close, and then Beryl walks away from him, except Beryl's hair got caught on one of Tuxedo Mask's buttons. But the way they improved their way out of that was like, I was like, it's heating up a little too much because Beryl acted because she walked away, her hair was getting pulled, and then she was pulled back by the hair, and she turned around and then he was like, "Oh, here's your hair back." But it was like so
Stop.
unnecessarily like sexy, and I was like,
They high-fived each other after that. They were like, "Good job. Fuck yeah. We pulled that
literally,
off."
I was like,
That kinda improv, you fucking drink a shot after the show. You're like, "God, I'm brilliant." Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, even Gabby Coon 13 coming in saying, "Oh my god, yes, they were so professional after the wig snag. He was so smooth with it."
I was like, wow, even the actors' wigs are getting snatched.
Yeah.
When Tuxedo Mask kicks the bucket,
Yeah?
Usagi's acting was just like so
So good.
heart-wrenching. She was so emotional at that moment.
Mhm.
The way she was like screaming and crying, I was like, damn, girl, you do this in every city? Like, shit.
Like, the
Ooh.
way her voice cracks, the emotion, you feel it in your fucking soul.
Yeah.
Because when I tell you this Usagi was top tier, I'm talking top fucking tier. The emotion that she put into her scenes, sensational, especially when Tuxedo Mask died. She's just, you can hear the tears in her voice and everything.
Mm.
You're just like, "Ah." rips out.
Even me, a professional Tuxedo Mask hater, even I was moved.
I get it. You know, I like that title. I need to use that title.
Professional Tuxedo Mask hater.
Anime edition for me.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Hashtag anime edition.
And part of me really wants to commit to the bit though and just go full send and say no. And in every iteration, I hate him, but I can't because he's so hot in the musical. Like he's so hot in the manga. I can't commit.
We're talking above SS tier. This Usagi. Okay.
We're talking X. Oh wait, I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, sorry,
I
Andy.
talking about like Tuxedo Mask. I was like X tier, baby. He's too hot for this stage.
He was getting X-rated up there. I'm like, sir, please. Your hips, they're not lying. Put them away.
Watch your profanity. Yes, exactly. Because he's played by a woman.
And isn't this the same actor who was also Taiki in the previous musical? Or is that a rumor?
No idea.
I actually know about this. Where the hell did I have it? So the people, the inner senshi who were on stage, they were all part of Kaguya Hime no Koibito. This was the 2019 iteration. Oh, they were in the Attack on Titan musical. That's where Tuxedo Mask was.
Who did he play?
But it just goes to show, like, they have already been in multiple musicals, and it shows. The roles, everybody's role was on lock, and the talent was off the charts. I'm so impressed.
It was very impressive for something that they had to make it for traveling. Because Sailor Moon musicals don't travel in Japan. They're on a stage. They have their stage, and that's where they stay.
Yeah.
And it's very much more built out. So for them to do all of this and travel and make sure that they had a stage that could travel.
Yeah.
And fit any stage that they were going onto. Insane.
Yeah.
Also,
I had notes on that. Wait, let me see. Highlights. I read the wig getting caught highlight.
Yeah.
Note is it was high key hot. Oh, they had Luna on the screen.
Oh yeah.
So Luna wasn't like there wasn't an actor playing Luna or like having a puppet, but she did appear like on the screen like a silhouette of her.
Okay.
And would speak.
That's kind of cool. That's a neat way to do it.
And Ikuko was there.
Oh,
Ikuko Mama.
Yeah.
Yay! That's always fun when they include like the minor characters.
Yeah.
I want to know which actress it was though. I don't know if it was one of the background characters or if it was Beryl.
Yeah, that is a good question.
I don't know. I do have all of the casts listed out that we can talk about later in the ensemble.
Okay, hang on. I just remembered a highlight scrolling through the plot. So, evil Tuxedo Mask, right? He has to fight all the inner senshi.
Yeah.
And he just goes on a rampage. He just like, beats the crap out of all the girls. And everybody in the audience is just like, is this really happening?
Yep.
Because he like literally just smacks them around and like punches and kicks them, no mercy. What? And everybody's just
what? That's wild.
What else is there? Yeah, they fight. There's swords.
They did have the apartment scene.
Yeah, they did.
But he ran off.
Oh.
She like got the locket, ran off.
Yeah.
But they find out who each other is. They're like, you're blah, blah, blah. And you're blah, blah, blah. They're the same age almost.
He said,
I don't know if that's the exact line he delivered.
But she was like, oh, Tuxedo Mask. But it was, I will say, Tuxedo Mask with just the white shirt on. That is one handsome ass woman, let me tell you.
I chose to wear a tank top to this for a reason. I knew we were going to be talking about him. Yeah, Bork is right.
Exactly. Fucking barking.
Snarling in the audience.
Everyone was feral.
Oh, everybody was?
Oh my God. This woman is so handsome. You're turning everyone gay with how fucking handsome she was.
I'm on the hunt to pull up more pictures right now.
She was so good too. especially when she got a little husky in the voice, and I was like, "Ma'am, please. I'm married. I'm next to my wife."
I have to control myself on live.
I know. You're like,
Literally.
Why don't we start while you're looking and we chit chat about arriving? So you guys said that everybody was in one line.
so
Hmm.
for mine, it was everybody was in one line. When we arrived, because like I was hanging out with Dee and her fiance, like we went to lunch and stuff like that, and we went to like a Nintendo store and we did like a bunch of just girly pop things, and we were just going around hanging out. And then we made sure that we got over there by 5:30 because the show was at 7:30. So we were like, we need to be there. They even tell you for VIP in the VIP email, they're like, be there an hour and a half early. So we get there, the line is already there. And it was interesting. Like there was people dressed up, everyone's complimenting one another. And we just stayed in our little 4-pack. And it was interesting because one of the security guards came over and actually had to redirect the line because it was getting too long on the sidewalks.
I was gonna ask you like where they lined up because when I was at that theater, like there wasn't really a good
Correct.
place. Yeah.
They moved. So we were right there where the line got separated. He was like, I need you guys to follow me. This is becoming a danger
Mm.
because of how long the line was. And so he moved us to like the other side of the building. We actually got in pretty fast by doing that. We didn't stand in line that long. I want to say we were in line for maybe 15 minutes. Now, going through, we did have to Dee's fiance had water in a water bottle. So we had to chug that down because otherwise you had to throw it out. Because
Oh.
you weren't allowed to bring any kind of drink in.
Yeah, there was security going into that theater. They had the metal detectors and they
Mhm.
searched your bag.
So we got through, they searched our bags, and then for this venue, you go downstairs into the theater.
Yes.
So we went downstairs, the VIP table was set up, and Comfy and I went right to the VIP table because Dee and her fiance he had to get his bag checked because his bag was a little bit bigger than ours. And so they actually got into the merch line before us. We grabbed our stuff and then we just went and tucked ourselves with them because that's our party. We weren't going to go anywhere else. We were going to separate. The merch line wasn't too bad, but like I said, it was I think what a lot of people who paid for the VIP are a little bit upset about, because we did pay more, that the VIP did not get first in line for merch, because that was how it was perceived, is that we were
Yeah.
going to get in first because we bought VIP. And that's not how it
I think
worked.
the two main qualms were thinking that VIP was either going to get in first or have their own like merch table to buy from, and two, that we were unable to film the high touch experience at the end.
Correct.
Yeah.
It was, and they were like, I'll get to that. They were
Yeah.
very strict.
Yeah.
It was insane. I guess I'll share my screen because I'll share the merch.
Yeah.
All right. Window.
Yeah. Lunaria says it makes no sense to not have first dibs for merch when purchasing VIP because that's the whole point of investing in the VIP. Oh my gosh, look at the poster that I haven't looked at yet.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of the big perks usually with VIP.
And that's the thing is, are you telling me I paid extra for this poster, the lanyard, and just to high five the actresses?
To be fair, I was very satisfied with my seat being
Yes.
really close up, especially at the New Jersey theater, because that theater was massive. That theater was like 4 or 5 floors, and the balcony was
Oh, wow.
way in the back and way up in the ceiling. It was like concert style. So
Oh,
if I got
wow.
GA there, I would not have been able to watch the show like without binoculars.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
In the New York one, it was a very small theater. It was not a huge
Yes.
not a
It
huge
was a very
theater.
intimate space.
Correct. I did like where VIP was sitting because we were back from the stage. We weren't right on top of it. We were back enough where we could see
Mm,
everything.
yeah.
And we weren't like obstructed. It was very weird. But this is the VIP poster.
Very
Like I
cute.
said, the poster that was at the merch table is different, and you'll see it because I have the t-shirt.
Mm,
So I'm really liking this. I'm gonna frame this. I'm a little sad that they weren't like autographed or anything. Like even a laser autograph would have been cool.
yeah.
Just something a little bit more. And I
So for comparison, I think this is what was printed on the other poster.
correct.
Okay.
That is the
And
other
this was the
poster.
VIP badge though. So this is
Yes.
like what we got. And it's the same
Mhm.
on the back.
Yeah. So I just got Moon's cards.
They're cute.
They're
Right?
so cute.
Look how cute she is.
Oh my goodness. She's perfect.
I love her.
I love her so much. So I only
Sorry. I was actually going to talk about this very comment that Gabby Kun just came in with.
I was gonna say.
Was.
My gripe with the merch is it felt very American, and that was my exact thought. Okay, so I have some merch from the Japanese show that I went to, and I'll bring it out and I'll show it. But one of the main differences was like there were like acrylic stands and like like a badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they had at the Japanese shows, which were blind. So
Mhm.
you couldn't pick what you wanted. It was like gotcha style. You buy an acrylic figure and like a button. And they didn't have anything like that at the American theaters.
Mhm.
Now, let me show you what else I got. Oh, it's sitting right here. Lovely. This is what I got at the Nogizaka 46. And this is what I was
Ooh.
really sad that they didn't have in America.
Yeah.
And this is like a playbook that kind of, there's a message, there's some art, there's a message from the cast in here. There's also like a list of the full cast. So you see
Mhm.
everybody who played every character. And then when you go through, all of that art is throughout here. So Team Moon, Team Star, you have those up close pictures and they're huge. Like you can see the size of this thing. And
Mhm.
I'm so upset that there was not anything like this at the American shows cuz this would have been so great. There's Q&As with every actress on each page. There's close-ups of the costumes. Like at the end they have the supporting cast. They have here they are. Like the background dancers and everything. Like, this is such an amazing keepsake, and it showcases everybody who is involved in the show. And I feel like something like this would have been so great, and it would have sold so well at the American shows. So I'm
Maybe
sad
they
that they
didn't have
don't
enough
have it.
time.
Yeah,
Maybe they
it was
didn't have
probably
enough time to print it.
a logistical nightmare too, because if they're not printing in the US, how are you going to ship the volume and the weight of all this stuff to the
Mhm.
US?
Ooh, good
Exactly.
point.
Yeah. But I wanted it. A girl can dream.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was sad that there was no acrylic stands, to be honest. I was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, okay." So, yeah, they had this for every actor. I only got Moon's because Moon's my favorite.
She's the
Um,
best.
yeah. And then here is the lanyard. So this is the VIP. I did give my extra VIP stuff to my friend D because we didn't need 2 copies of everything because me and my wife had the VIP and I was just like, "Take the extra poster, take the lanyard. I just need 1 to display.
Yeah.
Please take it."
Did you get a light stick as well?
Yes.
Okay. Because the light stick lanyard was different than that one.
I did get the tote bag.
Me too, twinning.
Love it.
I did get both shirts. So this is the first shirt. This is the one that's like a concert shirt. So it has this on the front, and then it has the Everywhere They Went on the back. And then this is the shirt that like all of the people running the vendor booth were wearing. So I grabbed this one too. Because I
With a
was like,
hoodie, or there were 2 different t-shirts?
there was 2 different shirts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did grab the hoodie, but it's not for me. It's for a friend because I don't like pullover hoodies. So I was like, no. But yeah, my wife was like, just get both shirts because I couldn't decide. I was like, oh, there's 2. Wife's like, just get both. God damn it.
Porque
I was
no
like,
los-
here's the light stick. And as you can see, there is a different lanyard down here. It's got the symbols and it says Sailor Moon Super Live on it. It has the girls on it, and it does do a color for every single character. And
That's nice.
at the end of the show, like when they start doing the concert, that's when they tell you to bring your light sticks out. So it's like a concert. So all of us are like shaking our light sticks and stuff like that.
Okay, so I actually have a story about that. So I knew they were selling light sticks. I knew they were going to do the concert at the end. And having experience going to a concert like that, I have 4 light sticks, just baseline. So I brought all of my base light sticks, and my friends brought all of their light sticks. So we had a row of we were double fisting light sticks and like wagging them around like crazy. We were going so feral.
That sounds like so much fun.
I bet the girls on stage love that because they can see that.
Yeah, because like the light sticks sold really well. Like when you looked back in the audience, it was filled with light sticks, and it
And it
literally
was
looked like
one per person for the licensed one. I'm
yeah,
glad they did that because
yes,
there was stuff that was actually sold out by the time it came to my show. There was a special pin and it sold out, I believe, within the first 4 shows or something.
yeah. Was it
It was the
the
enamel
enamel?
pin. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I was really sad about that.
It was sad because I liked that one. I wanted it, and I didn't like
Same.
the other one that they came out with. I was like, that's boring.
So, yeah, I did just the white light to show you guys how it lit up, but it did all the colors so that you could pick your favorite scout, light it
I
up
think
like
I
that.
have mine. Let me see if it's like grabbable. I'll run really quick.
Awesome. Was that the end of your merch, Celine?
I have one more thing that I was able to grab in New York that I was really happy about.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Ma'am, please light up. You have to perform. Oh my god, is she okay? There we go. I was like, is she out of batteries already? So we have pink here.
Cute.
This is the white.
Love it.
We got like a magenta type pink,
Beryl, maybe orange.
green, red, blue, and then pink again. So yeah, there's just a color for every senshi. So in
That's
terms
so
of colors, it's actually a bit more limited than like a normal light stick, but
My treasure, because I did go to Kitakuniya, I was able to grab this.
Oh,
yes.
yay!
They had it. And I was very happy because I wasn't able to grab it through my proxy. So I'm very happy that Kitakuniya had it. Yeah, I was able to have this. It is so gorgeous. It took me like over an hour to get through this thing because it's so good.
Do you know when that was printed? Is that one of the original I don't think it would be the original waves.
I think it's a reprint.
Yeah, there was a printing error on the original wave, and mine has the printing error, and I'm really upset.
Oh no. No, this
Oh.
was probably not the printing error
Okay.
one.
And literally, it's so minuscule. It's not a problem at all. But because I wasn't in Japan when they were sending out like the apology gift, I didn't get the apology gift.
Oh,
What was
you
the
should at least
apology
get
gift?
that.
I think it was like a printed card of the piece of artwork that was affected.
Oh.
See,
So I
that's a
think
nice apology.
it was the depiction of Usagi and Mamoru like sleeping, and there was like yellow daisies all surrounding them, something like that.
So we're going into the second half, which is going to be all about fangirling over the actors, because man, I heard this cast was phenomenal. So let's start off with oh man, maybe I shouldn't be the one to pronounce all the names.
Oh, I can help.
I was gonna say, I feel like I need to tag.
So Sailor Moon was played by Riko Tanaka.
Yes, and she just looks so darn cute. Andy, okay.
Go.
No, she's so cute. She like embodied like the sunshine of Usagi.
I thought she was just so perfect for the role. And again, I think that perfection came from this not being her first time playing her, and just her ability to remain in character and just exude sunshine the whole time was like, I was just so impressed.
She looks so cute.
And the vocals. The vocals.
Oh, does she have really strong vocals?
Her vocals were stunning.
And they were in character too. Like when she was doing the beginning songs, which kind of highlighted her as this quirky Usagi. She was singing, but she was acting at the same time. That sounds like so stupid to say, but you get what I mean.
Yeah. No, and like I think it takes a very special person to be able to play Sailor Moon and play Sailor Moon.
She had the energy for sure.
So
So
much energy. Oh my God.
Celine, this is your baby. Like Sailor Moon is your like number one. So I really want to hear your
Yeah,
opinion.
come on, gosh, what are you doing? Give me a second to eat this plate of dumplings that I made myself.
Ooh,
Oh,
dumplings.
sorry. That's so
Delicious.
funny.
The moment she stepped out on stage, you felt the energy just shift towards her, even because the beginning is all of this. They all come out and sing the opening song. And then it shifts to the next song, which is Usagi singing about herself and being a
Oh.
crybaby.
Oh.
It's her going to school, and it's essentially the first scene that you see in the manga with her being late to school, running to school. She's late, she gets sent to the hallway, she's getting scolded for being late, and then she tries to eat her lunch and she gets scolded and it gets taken away. And
You won't
it
take
was
mine away, right?
huh? I'll
I
take
said you
yours.
won't
I'll eat
take
it.
mine away.
I'll eat yours. Those look really good.
I'll share. They are good.
You sharing? You're sharing?
There's here. Ready? Say
Delicious.
There was actually they had a really funny moment during Usagi's wow, you're a terrible student, where all of them had big tests that had the failing grades on it, and she's like running around and they're circling her, and it's really funny.
That's
Because
really
it's also like her mom is there too as a part of it,
Yes.
and
Yes.
they're talking about like how she just has the song is about her. That's what the song is about, how she's doesn't do well in school. That's not what she wants to do. She'd rather be doing other things. And the tests are fucking huge. We're talking at least a 2-foot piece of paper.
oh my
The
god.
back row can see them. Easy.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're holding him out and she snatches one of them towards the end of the song. So she ends up taking one, and it's the test that she's going to throw and hit Mamoru with. And just every movement, she said, I'm going to be Sailor Moon. I'm going to be Usagi. There wasn't a moment that pretty much any of the girls dropped this character. You don't think this is an animated character. So they brought to life, because the manga, you get an energy for people, but it's the anime that you got the true character.
Yeah.
So she embodied her so well. And her voice, she sounded like Usagi. Like she sounded like the voice actress almost with the way she
Yeah.
pitched herself.
She had that childish, like high-pitched voice, and it worked so well. It didn't sound fake or forced or weird. It was just perfect.
I do love, because you have to realize it's this big ass piece of paper that she has in her hand and she chucks it.
I wish we had a picture of it. It was so comical.
Yeah, they're comically huge. So she chucks it, and that's when Mamoru comes out in his school uniform, and
Yeah, he does.
that school uniform looks so good. And he's holding it, and this thing is just half his body length.
Oh my god.
And it's their scene where he calls her Odango, and it's really cute. And she like snatches it from him, but this thing is just so comically big. It's a little ridiculous that they kept that big thing. I honestly wish they had done just a big paper ball.
That
Yeah.
would've been
Because
fun
that's
too.
what she does. She crumbles it into a ball and then throws
Yeah.
it. And the chemistry on stage between all the girls was really good. But
Yeah.
just she stood out among them. When it came, you could tell when it was her voice, because she had such a distinct voice.
Actually, not to derail, but Jupiter, she was played by Kisara Matsumura, and her voice was really intriguing to me because other times that Jupiter was played, she had a more powerful, like huskier voice.
Yeah.
This Jupiter had more of a delicate, high pitched, very unique tone quality that I was
Mhm.
surprised. For a second, I was like, is she lip syncing? Like, that sounds, it was a very pure tone that I
Mm-hmm.
was surprised to hear come out of Jupiter, but it was gorgeous. And I'm still like
Mm-hmm.
hypnotized by it.
It almost embodied a softer Jupiter, which
Yes. Yeah.
Jupiter always wants to be. I
Yeah.
was surprised. Like when I heard you, because I was expecting again a much more forceful voice, because that's what I've heard
Yeah.
when I've gotten glimpses of the musicals, because I haven't really watched the musicals and I really need to. But what I have seen, Jupiter is always a much stronger tone. They give her almost a masculine feminine is
Yeah.
what they embody for her. And this Jupiter, you're right, she was like a softer, like a tough feminine, but soft, and it was beautiful.
I really appreciated it in the same way the drastic shift that Galaxia took in Cosmos, how she went from the what, and then she went to this soft spoken, I'm gonna kill you in your sleep. Like,
And she
it
was
was
creepy.
just such another amazing way to highlight how multifaceted the characters are and how there's so many different ways to approach voicing them.
No, and that's something I think that makes these characters so beloved, is how many different facets there are to them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who else?
I will say did have a moment with Usagi, because
Oh, really?
I took my cardigan off and I have a full sleeve of Sailor Moon tattooed on me. So when
Yeah.
I went to the high five, I showed her my arm and the squeal that came out of this woman.
Aww.
And she was like, she's so beautiful. Oh my. And she like reached out and caressed my entire arm.
Aww.
And she was like, look, and telling the other girls to look at my tattoo. And it was
They were surprisingly
cute.
touchy-feely.
Oh yeah.
I went to go do like a gentle high five and they grabbed my hands. They're like, oh my God, it's you. I'm like, whoa.
You're like, ma'am, please.
I was like, Venus, I didn't know we were close like this. Shit.
Venus read the stars arc. She knows.
She knows.
It's my future. Oh gosh. Oh, but that's so cool that you got to have such a great moment with her, Selene.
Yeah, I was like, and I fucking autism stimmed out of the fucking theater after that. I was just like,
dude, same. Going through at NJ Pack, there was like a weird stairwell they sent us through. And then the stairwell, I was just like, like thrashing around.
Oh my God. Yes, Andy said, that sounds like a mix of being starstruck and fangirling to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was really cool. I'm happy I got to, because Comfy was behind me and she was like, give me your cardigan, show them your tattoo. I was like, I've shown my tattoo to the original editor for the Sailor Moon manga, the one who they named the jewelry store after. So Osap. Yeah, he's seen my tattoo and actually has a picture of it on one of his cameras.
Oh, yo,
that's so cool.
He fanboyed over it.
So cool.
It took him a second, and he because they had the artwork that I based mine on right behind us, and I pointed that out to him. I was like, "It's based on this," and he got it, but the translator said that that's what my tattoo is based on. And because he did a double take when he looked at my tattoo, he was like, "Oh my!" He was like. And then he called in Japanese, calls his photographer over, and he's picture with you for his personal camera. And I was like, that's it.
Yes. Oh my God, that is a win.
So he's got my photo somewhere.
That is such a win. Oh my God.
But yeah, I was really happy to share my tattoo. I always get really happy. That's why when I cosplay Princess Serenity, I don't wear the puffy sleeves because my tattoo gets so much attention.
That's
yes.
All right, let's keep going. So
I actually have do I have an amendment to make?
Oh, okay.
No, I do not. We're good. We are so good. Next is Sailor Mercury Kanan Maekawa.
Oh, she was so fucking cute. Oh my God.
Yeah?
She had the cutest little voice.
Yes.
She was so adorable.
I really liked her mannerisms on stage. They were very Ami to me. Like the way she would like curtsy and put her hands to her like chest as she was like bowing to people, and like the way she reached out, it just felt so Mercury to me.
Oh, and that's really good subtlety to Mercury, because she
Yeah.
is very more like closed in.
She was so cute. She's so
She
elegant.
she achieved having that stage presence while also still being Mercury, who is predominantly subdued but also powerful. Like it was, I feel like that Mercury is such a hard role to play for those reasons, because you can't be too big at the
Mhm.
same time. You have to have that undercurrent of strength.
Mhm.
Yes, and the best one-liners in the Deke dub. Sorry,
Bleach your
always...
boots, creep.
Who doesn't love that line?
It's my favorite line.
Literally the best.
And the best part is that it always came out because it was so unexpected from Mercury.
Yeah, literally.
And out of the scouts, Mercury had more stage time technically because she was out one of the first ones you saw.
Oh, really?
Other than Venus. No, because Venus didn't come on till later. So Mercury actually had more stage time than any of the other scouts.
Oh, that's
'Cause
cool.
she
That
comes
is so
out first.
surprising. You're right. You're right.
Because we see her first and then Mars comes out. So you see Mercury like walking around more. So Mercury actually had more stage time than the other inners.
Wait, where is
Yeah.
this?
Did she have any standout moments?
She gets to do, they all get to do their signature move, like a signature move. So they all get to do like a pose up on stage and do their move. And I did the scene, and it's her and Mars. And it's in the beginning, it's when you're seeing them, and it's the jewelry scene.
Yes.
So it was really interesting to see. It was Ami and Ray, and they were in the jewelry store where the girls are fighting over the jewelry, and it's them two singing about it.
Oh.
But they're also like not aware of each other yet. So they're like walking around. Ami has like a book in her face. And I think Mars maybe was like sweeping or something. She was in her Shrine Maiden outfit, I think.
No, she was in her school uniform.
Oh, I'm on crack. Okay, that's cool.
It's fine.
But anyway, they're not paying any attention. They're like, they don't even look at each other. They walk right by each other, actually.
Oh.
But they don't know each other yet.
But they
Beautiful
pause
foreshadowing.
at the end.
Yeah,
They
and they're
pause and
like,
almost look over their shoulder because they
Mhm.
sense something. And then they're like, they shake their heads and they go off.
All right.
we have as well, just to talk about Ray as well. Sailor Mars was played by Rei Kobayashi. So same name. And that's actually something that she talked about in her interview. I'm just going to talk about the press preview that I went to. They interviewed the cast. And Ray was saying, one of the questions they were given was, when did you first see Sailor Moon? And Ray was saying, when I was a little girl, I watched it on TV and I pointed at the TV and I said, I want to be the red one.
Oh.
And she then grew up, and her name is Ray, and my name is Ray, and it's like fate. So I thought it was so cute that the actress playing Ray shares a name with Ray.
She's got,
and that's her favorite scout.
Yes. Yep.
That's meant to
Best
be.
girl, obviously.
Oh my god. That's so cute.
And she definitely had the Shrine Maiden, like the sassy part of Ray. Like she had, especially when she like struck her classic pose for after transforming. I was like, get it. Because everybody screamed. Because she was like, and pose.
Yeah, she hit it. And when they did the We Are Sailor Guardians song, and she does the line, passion.
Yeah.
And you're like,
ma'am.
What was the other thing that got me about her? I think, correct me if I'm wrong, because I very well may be wrong. Was she in her Shrine Maiden outfit at any time?
Yes, she was.
Okay, so I did remember that. Did they also use the screen to show her crows?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so that was cool. I thought maybe I was like, I dreamed it. I was like, did it really happen or not? There's no way to substantiate this.
Yes,
that actually sounds epic.
It was really cute. I liked it.
That's because it was when they were going through, oh goodness, hiccup. When they were introducing each of them, they came up in their regular outfits.
Oh, okay.
It was because she was like, and we gathered the other scouts. And then all of a sudden, you have each girl come out in their outfit, like their regular outfit, not transformed. And then they transform. They did a quick swap. I'm trying to remember.
They like said, "Oh, we're transforming," but then I think it cut to a different scene, and then they came back in their outfits. And this
Yeah.
was actually, I don't want to go too sidetracked, but that was one of the major differences between this musical and the Nogizaka one, is they had that quick change transformation scene where they were in the uniform, stage black, in the senshi suit.
Yeah.
And that was something that I really missed in this performance, but they still did so good otherwise. Sailor Venus, Marin Makino.
She has been such a cutie on Instagram. Like, I've been obsessed with her Instagram stuff.
She
Dude,
very much
when she
embodies
goes to
Venus.
the crowd, she's like jumping and leaping and saying hi to everyone. It was the cutest thing I ever saw.
Oh my god. So she's like, even just look at the picture that Selene is sharing. Like, she is embodying
Yeah,
Venus.
literally.
Oh, did you have more pictures, Selene?
I have that one.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, she's making the heart.
And then this one was, I think they were turning to talk because Mercury was saying something.
Aw.
She says to make sure you're doing the hashtags.
While Venus is just, I'm here.
I'm here.
I love her.
But yeah.
She's perfection.
I'm trying to find more pictures. Yeah, she's so cute. Her smile. Wait a second. You can see how radiant she is in this picture. Look at her.
Yeah.
Oh my god. She looks so happy.
Like the smile she has on her face. Everybody looked so good.
Oh, sorry.
How dare you? All right, wait, who's up next? Okay, this is gonna be a really big talking point. Everybody prepare to lose their minds.
Ready.
Queen Beryl, Sayaka Okamura.
I'm so gay for her.
Oh, really?
God. She just,
Yeah.
I'm gay for her too.
from the beginning.
I'm not complaining.
Actually, I just figured something out. And it doesn't have to do with my sexuality. So you know how
You sure about that?
No, I knew all along. You know how the meet and greet, we only got the inner senshi?
Yeah.
The reason why is because if Beryl and Tuxedo Mask showed up, there's not enough security to keep everybody off them.
Foaming at the fucking mouth feral. Okay?
Literally.
Me.
Literally.
I'm talking about me.
No, I'm talking about me too. Like,
foaming at the mouth. Feral.
this show confirmed my queerness.
It's true.
Everybody in the audience, my dear.
Everybody's waiting.
Especially Beryl.
And it's, if the acting wasn't enough, the singing just, we said it before, but the vibrato, the power.
Yes, the power that this woman had in her voice, just so good. And the music theme that they had for the Dark Kingdom just fucking slapped.
It sounds like she was a really different kind of Beryl, because she was a Beryl that had to act alone.
That's true. She played a lot off Tuxedo Mask, but Tuxedo Mask was a puppet.
Yeah.
So it's not like Tuxedo Mask was giving all that much. When he was dancing, he was giving. And then she just had the background dancers. And the background dancers were incredibly talented.
Oh, really?
I was really impressed with the energy and the flexibility and the balance and the stamina. Like, they were putting in the work.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, Beryl, just on her own up there, the stage was hers, hands down.
Her death scene was great too.
Oh, how did they kill her?
Venus stabbed her.
Oh, yeah, literally, like a straight up.
Oh my god.
In front
That's
of our
awesome.
eyes.
No,
Right
from
there.
what I've seen, and her costume looked like gorgeous.
The tailoring was so good.
Honestly, the fact that she could walk up and down those stairs without tripping, goddess. Because that dress almost hits the floor. And even though she had the leg split, like the slit, I was watching her and I was like, is this woman going to fall? Because it was a tight ass dress.
It was. Okay, I don't know what this woman looks like outside of that costume. She had this figure where it was like it was like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that also got me about her was the way she laughed. She had the evil laugh down.
Yes. That makes me
It was like,
happy.
I wish I had a recording of the way she laughed. It was so good. I might actually have it.
Oh my god, if you do, because I haven't seen much of anything of Beryl.
I'm gonna raise the volume on my phone here. Gotta go up to the press preview. Pull up that video. The end of Burn Up the Dance Floor, she like laughs her way off stage, and it's like,
oh, that was so good.
Were you able to hear it?
Yeah.
Yes.
How good was that?
So good.
Chills.
Like, primal evil villain laugh. I swear it had to have been cathartic.
She had to have been like, this is my role in my role forever.
Yeah. I hope they put it on DVD too.
Oh, that's such a good point, Lady Chapel.
I don't know because no one mentioned that there was cameras recording. So I don't know if they, unless they recorded in the UK.
They might have.
They might have.
But I didn't hear any. I guarantee you someone would have said, hey, I saw cameras.
Yeah. So I will say, and I know these exist. So We Are Sailor Guardians, Burn Up the Dance Floor, and of course, Moonlight Densetsu. Those are all recorded from the press event. I can send you a link right now to all three of those numbers and to the full 45-minute press event. You can see those numbers. They are legally posted. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Let me send those over to you. Sailor Moon, the Super Live Press Preview.
I agree with Andy. That laugh, both amazing and sounds and so evil sounding.
She had it down to a T.
There we go. I think this is the full version. Let me just confirm. That is the interview. That is the performance. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you can scratch that itch of seeing the show with these three numbers. There you go.
Awesome.
You might actually see me in the crowd.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we are lucky enough that those exist, but their existence is controversial because when people see the videos of them, I've seen like people who are there getting dogpiled because they don't understand that this was a press event and that it was okay to be filming at those moments.
Oh, which is so different.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just those three. Oh, hell yeah. So you're going to have to scrub through to the performance parts.
Okay.
Because they come in, they introduce the director.
I focused on. Thank you so much.
Can you guys hear that?
I can.
Okay.
Ooh, I have the chills.
I'm so excited. I can see what you mean about the screen. Good.
Yes,
Thank you,
it is
Ninja
like-
Master.
Okay. And there are multiple different recordings of this too. So this one is moving around a bit. Maybe they'll settle, but
諦めたりしない。必ずあの人を助け出す。私たちは選ばれたセーラー戦士なんだから。「
Okay, so I recommend pausing it there because they're gonna go right into the next number. Yeah.
Awesome. So let's discuss that because that was amazing.
Was it not like the most cool modern rendition of any Sailor Moon song you've ever heard?
It sounds like they got like somebody in the studio and just let them like cook. Like it was so good. And I'm up with Gabby over here saying not me tearing up even though I've seen this. That's except for I haven't seen it, but I'm still tearing up. So good.
Wait, I'm so glad I got to be there as you watched it for the first time.
Yes. No, this is me virtually seeing it with you.
Like legendary stuff. And the woman who wrote the songs, she was on stage before, so they interviewed her and she's on stage after. So she talks about what she was thinking and feeling when she was writing those songs and what she was going for.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
So I'm going to do a shameless self-plug. I'm in the middle of working on an English version of that song as we speak.
Oh, wait. Hang on. Shameless self-plug. There we go. Nope. Come on. There we go.
Oh, hi. I make English versions of the Sailor Moon musical songs and pretty much Sailor Moon music in general. If you ever wanted an English version, you can request it and I'll do my best.
Yeah, so you
Seriously
should.
though, it's been really cool making these English versions because not only for like accessibility, but it's also fun practicing Japanese and just making music. So it's a passion of mine.
Yeah, so just subtlety.
Oh,
Just gotta plug a friend. But we'll get back to that later. But
yeah.
it was so good.
You saw how they used the stage effects though too. It wasn't just the poi that they had those big poles that they were like pointing around and stuff.
No, that was neat. It looked cool.
And every Sailor Senshi had their own little moment to shine, which previously in other Sailor Moon musicals, there is a song that's We Are Sailor Guardians, but it's different for each. From what I've seen, it's different in each musical what the We Are Sailor Guardians songs is.
Yeah, it sounded more techno.
Yeah.
Like, it had a beat to it. Any thoughts, Selene? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was going to say, you saw the subtitles, right?
That was interesting.
Yeah.
To be nice.
Andy, stop. You're going to make me blush.
Yeah! No, we're all about hyping people up on this channel, so Andy confirming that Lex makes great English dubs. Love listening to the songs that she does. That's awesome.
Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so happy to hear that. There's more coming. I just finished You're My Universe. I'm putting together the video for it.
I'm excited. I always love whenever you produce something new. It's always great.
I'm really excited to do Burn Up the Dance Floor. The next song we're going to listen to, I am feral for. And I've been like practicing the voice lines and practicing the laugh. And like, I'm trying to get it down. I'm trying to do it justice, but it's just so hard because it's so good.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right, shall we go into it?
Yeah, please. I can't wait. You get to see the caress. Oh my God.
Yes. Dark Kingdom. Oh my God.
Oh, saucy.
Oh, so sassy.
He goes full leg.
Oh, yeah.
Get it, Tux.
The vibrato.
So good. Oh my god.
I can't be the first one to speak. I need your reaction first.
Oh my god. Selene, do you want to go first or? Same. Big same. Like, I usually am not a
Like,
huge
you guys are
Beryl
seeing my
fan, but-
thighs, okay? I had to
Oh.
shake. Look at my thighs. You see my thighs? Yeah.
I'm looking at him.
That,
I'm looking respectfully.
You're looking.
Oh god, my battery's low. Oh god, I
Oh,
need to
no.
go get my charger.
Oh no.
Oh no, here, I'll turn off your camera.
My thighs were too powerful.
Your thighs were so powerful that you almost knocked out the computer.
I knocked out the computer. Go me.
Oh, that's so funny. But yes, Lady Chapel, Queen Beryl got a jazz number. Yes, Queen.
Yes. Like, when that music started playing, my jaw fucking dropped because I was like, because the stage goes dim, because this is just them playing the music. This isn't
good.
doing the whole stage play. So, hold on. Let me see if I break your computer again.
Selene!
What? Are you? Is that? Am I rizzing you? Did I rizz everybody?
Yeah,
Did I have-
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. It's my job.
You
Oh,
need to get like some kind of I don't know anything about VTubers. You need to be able to click a button to do the Chad face and do the
So there is a chibi model that I want to get that has that face.
Okay, you need it.
I was
You
like,
need it.
I'm tempted. I want to keep
This is
myself
your
like this.
sign.
I want to keep like this because I want to dance more.
That's so cute. Oh, okay. Ninja Master coming in saying Michi already knows how big of a black lady simp I am, but Beryl is also up there, and this song just brought her up a couple levels. I agree. Usually, I'm not a huge Beryl fan. I've never been a huge fan of the first season, and it's the season we always get. But this one, I'm like, actually, damn.
Yeah, when that music came on for her, like when they were going to the Dark Kingdom, it was jaw dropping because you weren't expecting it. And just fucking jazz comes on. You're like, I looked at Comfy and I was like, bro, this is fucking perfect for the Dark Kingdom.
Everybody
Holy
in my
shit.
audience,
Yeah.
actually, they started laughing because they were not expecting it so much that when it was a vibe, you just show up to the Dark Kingdom, you're expecting like an evil, deep, dank, scary like area, and then it's just fucking jazz and everybody's vibing. Everybody was like, "Are you kidding me?" Someone actually said in the audience, "I wasn't expecting it to look like that."
Oh my god, Gabby. I laughed so hard because I was like, she got a man and she said, "Move them hips."
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny. But no, Beryl seems phenomenal. Killed her job, absolutely slayed, left no crumbs.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
basically, what you're saying is, everything that we described before is 100% accurate.
Yeah, 1000%.
Thank you. Okay.
Accurate. All right.
I just like being validated.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right, what's the next song on this?
They next do. This is Moonlight Densetsu is next.
Thank you, SuperFriends NYC, for this video.
Yes.
盛り上がってくれなきゃ月に変わって足焼き
For some questions too.
Peter!
It's unbelievable what we think.
Yeah, so I think the rest of it is all the
I have a recording of it
Oh, you do?
for Moonlight Detsetsu. Yeah.
Yeah, do it. Show that one off then.
Hold on.
Yeah, because this one's not working. Or they don't have it. But that was great.
Weird.
What they
I thought it was there.
No, but what they showed was still great because we got to see Beryl in all her glory.
Yeah.
Hopefully it
And
has-
for the record, okay, those two numbers that we saw, the We Are Sailor Guardians and the Burn Up the Dance Floor, that along with Moonlight Densetsu, those are the only 3 recordings that were allowed to be filmed. So if you see anything other than that, which they do exist, I've seen them floating around, those were illegally filmed.
Which is why we're not showing them.
Yeah. But just so you know, just to cover, your bases, we didn't show anything illegal today.
Tell me hearing things.
What I can hear.
And you can tell like just how crisp it is. This is my wife's phone.
Oh, good. So good.
So good.
It's always a classic, like that and The Soldier. You need both for the musicals.
Ugh, The Soldier's so freaking good.
Oh, we're big fans of The Soldier.
Yeah, Tuxedo Mask. Ryono Tatemichi, they were in Attack on Titan? Question mark?
Yeah, that's what somebody said in chat.
Apparently, when they were Hangé. I'm like, really?
I'm looking it up. Okay, yeah. She was Maker.
Ah, yay, I was right.
Okay, I did not fucking fangirl hard enough. I should have bought that fucking picture. Shit.
Oh no, why?
Why?
Because I love the Starlights.
That's
Oh, okay.
true. That's a good point. Yeah.
God.
The fact that yeah.
What have I done? Oh!
You fool! How could you?
I didn't
Fool!
even
Clown
realize they
behavior.
had.
How could you?
Wow, fake fan.
Fake fan. Fake fan. You heard it here. Everybody, fake fan.
I only knew that because somebody on a random Sailor Moon site was like going, yeah, the actor has been in a bunch of different performances in the musicals. Yeah. Cool.
I need to reassess.
Yeah, and Riona was Hokusai in Amara Eternal. Sorry, my French is horrible.
I'm in a place that is equidistant from heaven and hell.
Oh no.
Because I'm so happy that I got to see them. And
Yeah.
I breathed the same air. So I made eye contact with them. Okay. But also, I didn't think I probably couldn't have been any more excited than I was in that moment without losing consciousness. But
Yeah.
maybe I would have lost consciousness if I knew. So maybe it's actually better that I didn't.
Yeah.
I've decided that I'm happy.
I love how we ended up here.
What? Who?
Oh my gosh.
I know that's a late comment, but that's what I'm thinking right now.
What? Who? Oh no. And then
Wait, when's their birthday? I can still make something of my life. September 1st, 1994.
For who? Tuxedo Mask?
Tatemichi, yeah.
A child.
Selene.
To me. Yeah. I'm like, a child. As old as
We
my
all
youngest brother.
We're all children of God here. Okay, the ensemble, and I will be announcing everybody. I'm lumping them all together. Wish me luck. Ayano, Nagasawa, Ayumi, Sagizaka. Sagisaka? Is it Sagisaka?
Did I type it wrong, I wonder? Let me pull up the...
That was probably I would think it was Zaka, but that's just my brain Nihongoing. Anyway.
I trust yours.
Minami Watanabe, Izumi Nihashi, and Kana Yanagihara. That's everyone.
They were fabulous. They took their roles very seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Lot of the night.
Oh, God. All right.
So I had a note on the supporting cast.
Yes.
So my thought process was obviously they took a smaller cast than any of the other Super Lives because like when you're traveling internationally, you can only take so many people. And Kiwi and I were talking. We're like, I wish they would bring the full cast, like with the outers and everything. But then we're like, oh, what would happen if, God forbid, anybody got sick or injured?
Oh.
We were like, oh, wait a second. There were like, how many extras? How many backups were there? 5?
Yeah.
So we were thinking, I wonder if every one of those actresses who are background dancers were all understudies for every single actress. They probably knew all the lines and the dances for everybody. If, God forbid, any one of them got hurt, the show could still go on.
That's wild.
That's what I'm imagining. I don't know if that's true, but could you, like, there had to have been some kind of, like, backup.
Because in Japan, they all have a second person. Because
yeah, they were probably all understudies.
That makes the most sense.
But then if you imagine, let's say they bring the full cast, right, of the 10 senshi, then they would need 10 backups. So you have 20 people instead of 15. Yeah, this show particularly is only the first season. The Sailor Moon, the Super Live is the first season. But they do have multiple musicals that have the full
Mhm.
cast. Who's the
Mhm.
one who doesn't know French? Okay, now pronounce the movie.
Asking me to pronounce any of the musical titles when they're all in French.
I think it was something along the lines of Les Mouvements Finale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to
That
see
has-
that so bad.
With Starlights.
Oh, mwah, so good.
So hang on. Les Mouvement Finale, Sailor Moon. I need to know what year that came out.
I wanted to see it so bad.
I saw it in theaters.
Because I don't site 2017. Me.
What? Oh no, what happened?
I was living in Japan at that time. I could have gone.
Clown behavior.
Oh.
Clown behavior. Go
To
get
be fair,
those. Paint your face.
I did not have my second reawakening with Sailor Moon until 2019. So when the first time I lived in Japan, I didn't touch Sailor Moon at all. It
Oh
wasn't
my
even
God.
on my radar because I was just a casual fan. And then I went home, like I went to America and I started getting into cosplay and I went full feral. And this, like the last time that I lived in Japan, this past time, I spent so much money on Sailor Moon and merch. Like I went to the Sailor Moon Cosmos pre-premiere events. I took a night bus to Tokyo on a Tuesday night. Wednesday, I went to the premiere. Wednesday night, I took the night bus home. Thursday morning, I was at work.
Oh
Like
my
I was that
God.
feral. Okay. If I had known, holy crap. Oh, no. I need to reassess again.
Oh, you could have seen Say live.
Shut up. Shut up.
Aw.
Shut up.
Oh.
I was supposed to say, why did you come back here? Go back.
So
But-
here's what we'll do, okay? Next time there's a musical, we'll all plan our Japan trip.
Yes,
I'll be your guide,
please. That would be
and
so
we'll go
much
see
fun.
the musicals.
Okay.
Yes.
I got to
Done.
bring D.
Done. It'll be fun.
Oh, could I touch on a few points regarding the Japanese musical?
Yeah, please. That's what I was
you
going to
imagine?
The ticketing process in America was so calm and so easy and so not stressful. Like they had the pre-sales. If you got the code, you were all set. You got your ticket, no problem. From my experience, I don't know how was your ticket easy to get?
Yes.
I think to eliminate the chance of scalpers, Japan has a very different ticketing system. And I don't know if you guys have ever experienced Japan's ticketing systems. And it's not like this for every time, but it is lottery based. And it's lottery based in the sense that whatever dates you could possibly come to the show, you have to fill out an individual application for each of the dates that you could potentially show up there and submit one application for each day. So I had sent in order to get to the Nogizaka like performance, I had sent in 10 applications,
Holy
all in
crap.
Japanese. And they sent back the emails, and when I was checking the emails to see if I had got tickets, it's we're sorry. Like literally every single one until the last fucking email was when I actually got like the tickets for it. And I was like, holy crap. And it's not even, you don't win the tickets, you win the right to purchase a ticket.
That's insane.
And then it's okay, if you don't pay in time, you lose your ticket. So it was like the Hunger Games times 50. It was just
God.
like, because you didn't even know. And depending on your affiliations, you can get more or less chances. So people in the Nogizaka fan club got extra chances. People in the Sailor Moon
Oh.
fan club got extra chances. So I was in the Sailor Moon fan club at the time, so I did get extra chances, which thank God. But if you're a casual fan, you're cooked. Like,
You're done.
and being at that event in and of itself was just, it was culture shock, because when you walk into the Sailor Moon Super Live events, everybody is a fan.
Yeah.
Like a Sailor Moon fan. They are like, they're dressed to the nines. We're all fangirling. Okay. I rolled up to Tokyo Dome and there were like 40-year-old men all around me. And I'm like, is this the right show, ma'am? Is this where we line up for the Sailor
Sailor
Moon?
Moon?
They're like, yeah, it's right here. You're in the right spot. I'm like,
What?
I didn't think she was that popular among like guys. And it was at that moment that I was looking at the people around me and they had like a lanyard with a pictures of different women hanging from the lanyard. And it was at that moment I realized I was not surrounded by Sailor Moon fans. I was surrounded by Nogizaka 46,
Ah,
and they were there for the girls. I was there for the Sailor Moon.
Moon.
And I was able to find a couple fans of Sailor Moon, but it was so crazy to me. It's like idol fans are so intense in Japan. And it was just like during the concert at the end, like they were going feral. They didn't sell light sticks at this performance. Everybody had a light stick.
What?
I was like, what the fuck is going on? What do you mean we're supposed to like bring light sticks? What was
You
going
bring
on?
them from home or
Yes, yeah.
what?
And that was when I like first learned about how you're supposed to behave at one of these concerts. So that was my training wheels, but I was thrown in the deep end. I was like, what the hell is going on around me right now? And then regarding the show itself, because there were a couple of pointers that like I wanted to say, the biggest difference were the outfits.
Yes.
Yeah. I understand the face you're making. Can you elaborate on that?
They're so elaborate. And I appreciate an elaborate fuku. Especially, I loved how puffy the skirts were. They were
Mhm.
so cute and so perfect for the musical.
Compare that to the Nogizaka one, which I thought the tailoring was so bonkers when I first saw the outfit because the waist is so high up. Like the waist is like
Yeah.
up here. And I'm like, why is the waist up there? The reason behind that is because they were harnesses in that show. Sailor Moon
Oh.
was flying around in the sky during that performance.
What?
Yeah. Like Tuxedo Mask, they were like spinning together, like ascending from the stage. They were like hanging from cables and they had to fit that underneath the fuku, which
Oh
is
my
why
God.
they were tailored so weirdly, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
But that was one of the main differences between having a show that is in the same stage for the whole time versus a show that is moving from city to city.
Yeah, because you can never move from city to city with that.
Yeah. I also don't think there was VIP ticketing. This is off, like slightly off topic, but I don't think there were VIP tickets. It was just lottery tickets and then whatever seat you got.
Be happy.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't pick your seat.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yep. It was crazy. Needless to say, I really enjoyed how organized and like I know everybody had their own like struggles and challenges and the show had its own struggles and challenges, but like compared to some of the stuff, like that lottery was just I'm scarred.
That sounds horrible. As even a K-pop fan, that sounds horrible.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing, the merch. When
Yeah,
you were
that's the
waiting
merch.
when you were waiting on the merch line in America, they had the QR code. You could look at it beforehand and have an idea of what you wanted, which was great. In Japan, you could put it in your cart and like you show them the QR code when you get to the register and they
Mhm.
just fetch all the items. Like you don't even really have to talk. You just show it, they scan it, they pull it, you exchange and then it's done. It's really quick.
Oh,
Super
that's
efficient.
awesome.
I will say, because you mentioned like how you had a lot of guys at yours, I was actually surprised by the amount of men that were at my show.
Oh, in
It
New
was
York?
in New York.
What would you say the ratio was?
There was more guys than girls there.
Really?
It felt like it because Comfy and I noticed that it was all guys probably around my age, if not
Mhm.
older. I did see this cute gay couple though that was like cuddling, and I was like, "Oh, you guys are so cute."
Yeah.
And they were older guys, but sitting in front of us were guys. There was a woman sitting next to me, but then the next 5 seats across was guys. The amount of guys that were actually at this concert was it was surprising. And
Yeah,
it
I
was
was actually
it wasn't just white guys. There was actually a lot of guys of color.
Yeah.
Like, I was actually very surprised. Like, I saw a lot of Hispanic men. I saw a lot of black guys there without girlfriends, FYI. These guys did not have girlfriends with them. They were there with their buddies.
Were
And
they
it was,
roommates? Were they cousins?
I don't know. But it was very surprising to see that because I have had where I do meet a lot of guys who like Sailor Moon. But even in like the cosplay space or when I go to panels, that tends to be more female. There tends to be more
Yeah.
females there when you go to those things. So it was a little bit, like I said, it was just so surprising because we like looked around and I was like, there's a significant amount of men here.
A lot of men like Sailor Moon.
So it was very interesting. The amount, like I said, ton of guys there. I was like, huh, okay, cool. It like
I just found a picture of NJ Pack to describe to you the difference in GA in the Palladium Theater versus the difference in GA in NJ Pack. That was the scale of the theater.
oh
Oh,
Jesus,
wow.
So I was standing in front of the stage with this picture, and you can see how big this place is.
that's huge.
That's what she said. Yeah, it was really big.
Okay, so coming in saying, so I make the joke that Kingdom Hearts is Sailor Moon for men. No, I'm not surprised in Lisa there were a lot of male fans. The series is very universally appealing.
Yeah.
No, I agree. And it's really
What's not
nice.
to like?
Right? Like it's magical girls like saving the day. We love it.
Oh, they had themed drinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had a Sailor Moon and a Sailor Mercury drink
Oh,
at
that's
the little
Okay.
at the snack bar. I got the Sailor Mercury. I got the non-alcoholic, and I'm just like, I'm wondering if I should have gotten the alcoholic and it would have tasted better. They just had the two drinks.
All right. And then Lady Chapel asks, who was your favorite actress?
Sailor Moon. And Beryl. And Beryl.
I'm gonna say Tuxedo Mask because now that I have the additional context.
Yeah, I know. Now that you know that they're a former Starlight.
Oh, I can't fucking believe it. And also, again, thank God they weren't at the meet and greet because I would have jumped them. No, I wouldn't have. I would have behaved. I would have been respectful, but
But
psychologically.
mentally, you were climbing that tree, even though they're not that tall.
Yes. They're 5'7". No, 5'8".
They're petite. All
That
of them
happens to
were.
be on the wiki, okay? I don't just know that off the top of my head.
All right, and then also Ninja Master 551 coming and saying, as a man of some, I can read tonight. As a man, some of my interest in Sailor Moon is being attracted much of the cast, but I also enjoy the story, characters, and the tokusatsu inspired action. Yeah, Sailor Moon has something for everybody.
Literally.
And then my last hill to die on tonight. I made a map of all the places that they showed. And I'm just like, you left out the Southeast completely.
Yeah.
They did add more shows.
Yeah, they did add. That's why I'm not complaining too hard. But if for any reason they want to maybe visit Disney World, may I suggest the Walt Disney Theater in Orlando, Florida?
That too. I did, looking at that map that you were just showing.
Yeah, I can go back to
like
it.
the distribution is really weird because there have a couple shows, especially in like the Texas area. Like Texas is a very big state, yes, but
5.
it just seems so packed in that one area. And I guess for logistics reasons, like getting from point A to point B and being in as many different places as you can, you can't be everywhere at once, but it just seems odd.
That or those were the theaters that were giving the best prices
That too.
within the populace that they could do.
That's a good point.
You right. Why you always right?
I'm just good like that.
The eyebrows, I'm dead.
Oh,
I need to get me one of those things. She's sultry. Look at the little.
I know, right?
Yeah. Okay. Damn, shit.
Yeah, and Andy was mostly Northeast and Texas area. And that's just how the cookie crumbled. But you know what? I'm grateful that we got the shows that we did get. Do I wish it was also in the Southeast? Absolutely. I wish I could have gone. But you know what? We're happy for what they gave us.
I'll tell you what, Michi, you and I have chatted a bit in the DMs
Yeah.
over what I can do for you.
What you gonna do?
I'll DM you about the Sailor Moon
Doing a deal?
musical.
Yes,
Doing
I'm
a
so
deal?
excited.
You'll be in on it, don't worry.
Okay.
Yes, that's coming up in the future. You're going to be seeing more of the last Black Moon. So
That's
should
not
we?
sexual. I'm dead.
But yeah, any other comments or anything you guys want to go over before we wrap up for the night?
I would say we viewed the performances before, like from the press preview, but if
Yeah.
you have time, definitely watch the whole thing through because they interview the director, they interview the cast, and a lot of what they talk about is really interesting. Just hearing their perspectives on being in the show and being part of it. It's really interesting. And I think that everybody would love to see it, love to hear it.
Yeah, and I'll make sure to link it in our YouTube description below.
Yeah.
So make sure to check
And
it
there's
out.
multiple too, because there was one that was from Friends, New York City Friends or something.
And this brings us to the end of our show. Thank you for joining us for the 5th episode of season 4. We'll be going on our next Moonie adventure June 14th with Kawaii Kiwi, talking all things Sailor Moon and ice skating.
I didn't even know this one.
Yeah, that's what was funny. I thought you two were back to back.
We'd like to thank tonight's special guest, the last Black Moon / Lex. Please go ahead and plug yourself.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize it was happening so soon. If you guys want to hear those covers that I do, that would be on YouTube. I love all things Sailor Moon. Obviously, everybody here does. So I think you'd like it over on my side of the internet.
Yeah.
I also cosplay. And yeah, I did all my shameless plugging during the podcast. So there's nothing else I can say that I haven't already shamelessly said.
Oh, you're too funny. All right.
Okay. All right. Remember, Moonies, to follow us on all of our socials. All those links are in the link tree in our description. Previously recorded Eternal Mooncast content is available on YouTube, so remember to hit the bell to receive our notifications. For Bishojo Senshi Slumber Party reactions, you can find them on our Patreon for free. Free, guys. Free 99. Okay.
Free 99, baby.
And our next session episode will be coming out June 14th with Fancy Ducky and Rizuki tagging in as well.
Yeah, make sure to see it.
Thank you for joining us tonight, my friends. I have been your co-host, Selene, and you can find me on all of my socials as Azira_witch. I stream on the weekends. Actually, I've expanded my schedule because I was able to not burn out. Yay! Yay! No magical girl burnout. So I actually now stream on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. EST, and then Saturdays at 10 a.m. EST. And I hope you join me making me your next favorite magical girl VTuber on Twitch.
Yay!
That was so cute. I'm dead.
And as always, I have been your host, Michi. You can find my personal socials at MEW21, some_cosplay. And then if you're into K-pop, go ahead and check me out along with some friends over on K-pop Voyage, where we react and discuss the K-pop channel, the K-pop stuff. Likes, comments, or however you would like to support our show in your own way is always appreciated. We love reading all your comments on YouTube. As a quick reminder, these are just our personal opinions, and we celebrate all respectful Moonie opinions here. We're working hard on the show to be a place for Moonies to come together and discuss their theories for their love and passion of Sailor Moon. Remember, as Melvin once said, I'd like to thank all my close personal friends on the internet. Good night.